You want to keep that Georgia game, I'm sure, on the schedule, no matter what, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's our rival there. It's very important to our fan base, their fan base, and definitely one that we'd like to keep playing.
If for some reason they're not able to, would you be interested in like trying to do a non-conference game with them so you can play it every year?
You know, we hadn't got that far, but that's very important to our fan base and Georgia's.
How do you take this year that last year you was doing the hunting, this year you're going to be the hunted?
Yeah, you know, we told our players the other day, you know, this time last year we weren't on anybody's radar and we snuck up on some people, and this year that won't happen, so we're going to have to be that much more prepared. We're going to have to be that better. Our schedule is extremely tough, and playing some very good football teams.
Gus, what's your impression of the NCAA ruling today about the Power 5 potentially creating some autonomy between the big conferences?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've not heard that today, but we'll see where that goes.
Coach, you got a big commitment today with Kim and stuff. Can you help with that?
Well, I can't talk about any specific, you know, recruits. Overall, recruiting's going extremely well. You know, we had a big-time crowd at A-Day, which always helps, and like I said, things are going very well.
Coach, tell me a little bit about this, the women's camp and the fantasy camp that you're running.
Yeah, we have a full camp schedule this summer. Fantasy camp last year went very well, and we expanded it with a women's clinic. And we got a lot of good response so far.
Coach, what were some surprises that you really enjoyed as far as spring practice, especially in the spring game?
Yeah. Well, you know, we had an emphasis offensively on throwing the football, and I really feel like we improved in that area. I mean, we have all of our receivers back, and we added, you know, Nikhil Williams. We got both our quarterbacks back, so that was emphasis. Defensively, just trying to create some depth, quality depth, and we really feel like we accomplished both those things in the spring.
How much further ahead do you feel you are now than you were this time a year ago?
Well, I mean, this time a year ago, you know, we were in the fetal stage. I mean, we were just trying to learn about our players, our coaching staff. It was the first time we were together as a group, and we were a work in progress. We know a lot more about our team, which we should. You know, a lot of players are back. We have our coaching staff completely intact. And so we just kind of really focused on the little things, focused on our base offense and defense, and just trying to get better at that and develop some quality depth.
Do you feel like
Coach,
your team's built?
Top to bottom of the SEC West this year?
Well, it seems like it is every year. I mean, you know, it's the best conference in college football. Every week you got to bring your lunch, and I really feel like this year will be no different.
Do you feel like your team's built to be able to make another run and get back to the national championship this year?
Well, I mean, you hope so. That's the goal. I mean, that's hard, a hard goal to get to, but that's what you strive for. You know, we got a lot of guys back. I will say this: we're extremely motivated from a coaching staff standpoint and a player standpoint. But you got to earn it. I mean, like I said, we snuck up on some people last year. This year, that won't be the case, and you know, we're going to have to play good football and go from there.
A lot of tough road games this season too. Start with that Thursday night game at Kansas State.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, our road games, our conference are tough enough, but then you go to Kansas State, one of the tougher places to play with one of the better coaches, you know, to ever coach college football. That'll be a very tough task.
Coach, what kind of boost do you get from these stops? You know, hearing the positive things that the fans are saying.
Well, it's fun for me to get out around the state and see the fans, interact with the fans. You know, just to see them, see that excitement, go back and tell our coaches and our fans, it's always a positive thing.
What's it like the second year after, you know, all the success you had last year? You know, kind of, it seems like there are a lot bigger crowds this year, a lot more people.
You know, really, last year it was really great. I mean, there was a lot of fans that came out, a lot of positive energy that gave our coaches and our players a boost. This year, you know, they're excited from what we did last year, but you know, they're ready for this coming year, which we are too. And so, you know, we've got the best fans in college football. I've said that before, and you know, they showed that last year. You think about our spring game last year, we had 84,000. This year, even bad weather, we had 70,000. And you know, last year we were coming off 3 wins. This year we're coming off almost winning the national championship. They're very consistent, and that's why I've said they're the best fans in college football for a while.
When you
Coach, what is the difference this year about Nick Marshall after he's had one season under his belt?
Yeah, he's more comfortable. You know, he's more reactive. He doesn't have to think through everything. He just reacts. And, you know, we saw that all spring. And, of course, in the spring game, we let our guys throw and catch the ball. And you could just tell that he has a true comfort. His eyes were in the right place. His feet were under him. He had very good balance and had very good command of the offense.
When you look around the league, not a lot of quarterbacks are turning. Do you feel like you've got the best one in the SEC as of right now?
Well, we like the one we have. You know, there's great quarterbacks in the SEC and the SEC West, but you know, this is the first time we've had our starter back since I've been coaching college, and you know, we wouldn't trade him.
Gus, Bruce, I was talking to Bruce the other day. He mentioned that y'all have kind of opened your home to him and his family, brought him over for dinner and stuff. Talk about just bringing a coach in like that, a new system, you know, kind of just open them up to the Auburn family.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we're very excited about him and what he brings. You know, Auburn's a very unique place. You know, we're a true family. No matter crossover sports and all that, we get extremely close. We try to help each other. And I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for our Auburn fans, our basketball fans. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him and get this program, you know, to the level that he wants it to.
I know you can't talk specifics, but what's it like, you know, talking basketball with maybe some of the guys he does bring in, that staff, and are you able to talk ball with them when it comes to hoops?
Well, I mean, you know, of course, you know, my old high school, junior high background, I coached a little basketball. I wasn't very good, but I do understand the game, and I enjoy watching it. And, you know, I mean, Bruce Pearl, his name kind of sells itself.
What are you looking for out of your running backs this year, Coach?
Well, we got to replace Trey Mason. You know, in my opinion, the best running back in college football last year. So we have two seniors that we feel very good about. Peyton Barber's a younger guy. You know, Rock Thomas is coming in. So we feel like we have a lot of good options, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Gus, I wanted to ask you about Greg Robinson. You were there when you kind of first saw that first tape of him. The coaches kind of showed it to you. What did you see from him right away? And then just talk about his journey from, you know, coming up in the bad area of Louisiana. He's really come a long way.
Yeah, we're very happy for Greg. First of all, Greg's a very good person. He's got a great heart. He's very coachable. You know, he's a hard worker, and to see him be one of the top players in the country and probably be one of the top guys picked, that's a real special feeling. He deserves it. He's worked extremely hard. You know, he's had two different line coaches the last 2 years. Coach Grimes comes in this past year, and they really connected. He got better each game, and you know, he was a big reason for our success last year.
Are you hoping and wishing and dreaming he could be the #1 pick? Because some people look at impossibility. Of course, others are thinking Jadeveon Clowney.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think whoever gets him is going to get an outstanding player that really, I believe his best days are ahead of him. I mean, I really think that he's just starting to come in his own with his technique and everything. He's a great competitor. He's one of the strongest guys, you know, that I've seen before. And whoever gets him is going to get a great player.
Was it tough learning things about your defense this spring, considering how many injuries there were? And
well, you know, we did have some injuries, but a lot of the injuries we had were guys that we already had pretty good information about, and we're hoping to be a blessing in disguise and get some of those younger guys out there, especially, you know, we mix in some young guys with the first defense, and so when we talk quality depth, really hope that'll be a blessing in disguise once we get to fall.
You found out anything about Tyler Nero? I know you said you would give us an update.
Yeah, not yet.
What about Peyton? How's he?
We expect a full recovery on Peyton.
Were you surprised in the spring game to see one offense put 58 points on the scoreboard?
Well, you never know, you know, what you're going to get. Last year we went 1s against 2s. This year we did the same thing. You know, I was overall very happy with our first offense. I was very happy with our first defense. You know, the bottom line is no matter who you're going against, you got to make plays and you got to stop people. And you know, I thought overall our ones did a solid job on Saturday.